We're going to go through some individual players as I give some ups and some downs to the roster here. So let's get going. So we're going to start out on a positive note. There's more negatives than positives to go through here in this video, but on a positive note, Mitch Garver. Mitch Garver in May looked like the Mitch Garver we saw in 2019, which was so nice to see because he was looking bad in April. And of course, he had a really bad 2020 and was hurt part of the short season as well. But in May, Mitch Garver hit .281 with a .438 on-base percentage and a .579 slugging percentage. That is a 1.017 OPS. He drew 16 walks and struck out 18 times. That was one of the concerns about his performance in April. He was striking out like crazy, it felt like. So for him to have 16 walks and 18 strikeouts in May with the slugging, really good to see. And, you know, I like Ryan Jeffers quite a bit, but it wasn't working in April. If you want to find a good management decision on this team, just look at how this catching decision worked out. Sending Jeffers to go play every day down in AAA and letting Mitch Garver be the primary catcher has done absolute wonders for Mitch Garver. He was unbelievably good in May. So hats off to him, because there were some other veterans, some other guys expected to be contributors who didn't do so well. So thumbs up to Mitch Garver, thumbs down as much as it hurts to Nelson Cruz. Absolutely love the guy. Brings a lot of intangibles to the table beyond just his performance on the field. Has been playing hurt, to be fair. He had a hit by pitch that he lost some time, and I think he's had a hamstring injury as well in May, but it is what it is. He hit .221 with a .302 on-base percentage and a .360 slugging percentage. That works out to a .662 OPS for the entire month. That's rough. That's his worst OPS as a Twin. I mean, that's probably not surprising, but that is his worst OPS in a month. Again, .662 since June of 2015. So it has been a while since Nelson Cruz has had a month this bad. It is, you know, it's only a month, so it's unfair, but anytime Nelson Cruz has a slump or is not looking good, has a hard time catching up to fastballs, start to worry about age. I mean, the guy's beating time like very few players have ever done. It's the end of the road's going to be eventually. Nobody plays forever, so that concern is certainly there. Hopefully, again, maybe it's just the injuries. He's been playing through some things. Hopefully that rings true and we see him this coming month have a really great performance again, because this team needs him. This team needs him real bad. Speaking of that, so Nelson Cruz is a thumb down. Josh Donaldson is also a thumbs down. Now, his overall numbers for the month of May weren't as bad as Cruz's, mainly because he had a 3-hit day in the final day of the month, but he hit .222 with a .328 on-base percentage and a .404 slugging. That's a .732 OPS. You know, not terrible, especially with the run-scoring environment we're in here in 2021, but certainly not what you would expect out of Josh Donaldson. And really what puts him on this down list is he was 3 for 19 with runners in scoring position. He hit .158 with a .208 on-base percentage and a .211 slugging percentage in 24 plate appearances with runners in scoring position. Drew 2 walks, struck out 6 times, hit into a double play. He did have 3 sacrifice flies, so that's good. But entering the final day of the month, he actually had the worst WPA among all Twins hitters. That's win probability added. That's basically a context stat. So if you're doing poorly in high leverage situations, your WPA is very low. He had the worst WPA of all Twins hitters entering this final game of the month, in which he had 3 hits. Those 3 hits were all with bases empty. You know, if we want to look at the positive, kind of like we did with Cruz, there's really nothing predictive about hitting with runners in scoring position. It was only 24 plate appearances, but you know, so I wouldn't be concerned about his ability to hit with runners in scoring position going forward just because he had a poor month. But I certainly think he's worthy of a thumbs down for that performance on the month. Because again, this team needs these veteran guys to be stepping up right now with all these rookies, all these injuries, and it just hasn't happened. So let's switch this back in. Anytime it feels like we're getting too negative, I'm going to throw a positive one in here. So thumbs up to Rob Refsnyder. And man, cheers to that guy. He has hit 320 with a 364 on base percentage and a 500 slugging. That is an 864 OPS in May with a couple of homers. A guy not known for his power. He's put up these similar kind of numbers in AAA, and he's gotten a cup of coffee in the bigs. And that's what's happened this year. This is sort of the usual Rob Refsnyder, how he gets an opportunity. Is performing in AAA. Somebody goes down in front of him, he gets a shot. But him playing center field, which he's never really done before, doing a pretty good job. I mean, I don't think he's going to be up for Gold Glove consideration or anything like that, but he's making the plays he needs to make, and he's looked good. He's looked good, better than I would have thought out there. So Rob Refsnyder, I mean, the definite thumbs up, and geez, buy that guy a beer. He's saved this team in some ways, and kind of deserves a lot of credit for how this team's been able to kind of turn things around toward the end of the month and play better. Because, he is getting it done. Switching it back to guys who aren't getting it done, thumbs down to Happ. Man, he had a bad month. A lot of it was because the White Sox just kicked his teeth in, but an 8.49 ERA in 5 months in May, 5 starts in May. Probably felt like May lasted 5 months for him. Opponents hit 320 with a 567 slugging percentage against him this month. That's like MVP numbers that all opponents combined to hit off Happ this month. Again, the White Sox just destroyed him. They kill left-handed pitching. 15 earned runs in 7 innings pitched against the White Sox for him. But the thing is, like, they played the White Sox a lot. So, Happ's going to be pitching against the White Sox again. And, yeah, man, 8.49 ERA in 5 starts. Just an awful, awful month for Happ. Moving on, another thumbs down. This one, and these are mainly based off of expectations, would be this one. Jorge Alcala. He didn't have a terrible month or anything. He gave up 5 earned runs in 10 1/3 innings pitched. That's a 4.35 ERA. Not great, but not horrible. 1.07 whip on the month. That's perfectly solid. Nothing wrong with that. But only 6 strikeouts and 5 walks, so almost as many walks as strikeouts, and he gave up multiple runs in 2 of the 3 high-leverage situations that he pitched in. So this has been a perfect storm if you're Jorge Alcala to get an opportunity to show that you can pitch in high-leverage situations, that you can be a back end of the bullpen guy with how poorly the Twins bullpen has been. They did kind of bump him up in terms of his role, in terms of his leverage, and the couple shots that they gave him to pitch in high leverage situations did not go well. Again, 2 out of the 3 high leverage situations, he gave up multiple runs in those opportunities. So kind of disappointing to see him not be able to take advantage of those opportunities. But he'll continue to get more. Young guy, still looking pretty good. Hopefully he starts to put it together in June here. So let's switch it back to the thumbs up. Positive, the future. That's what I'm just going to call these two guys. Alex Kirilloff and Trevor Larnach. I'm just going to put them together on this thumbs up. They get a double thumbs up. Alex Kirilloff had a 788 OPS this month, and Trevor Larnach had an 845 OPS this month. Didn't even really expect him to be up on the big club this soon, but dude is clearly ready. Both of them, both Kirilloff and Larnach, have not really looked bothered at all by big league pitching. Both of them are performing really well. Kirilloff's been pretty unlucky. Larnach's been taking really good plate appearances, drawing walks. I think that's kind of the difference between the two. Unfortunately, they're both kind of banged up right now. Alex Kirilloff has a wrist injury. They were kind of wondering if he needed to get shut down and have surgery. It sounds like he's going to try to play through that. And then Larnach had a hit by pitch on his foot. He's only day-to-day, so hopefully he won't miss too much time because these guys are bright spots, man. If you're looking for reasons to watch the Twins or to get excited about this team or to stay positive about this team's future, again, the future. Alex Kirilloff and Trevor Larnach, we're getting to see them now. It's been really fun to see them performing at the major league level. And back to the thumbs downs, Andrelton Simmons. I mean, there's not, I'm kind of putting him last because there's not really big expectations on him offensively anyway, but he somehow managed to disappoint regardless. He hit 228 with a 297 on-base percentage and a 304 slugging percentage. That's a 601 OPS in May. And he struck out 21 times, which is actually the most strikeouts that Andrelton Simmons has ever had in a month in his career. 21 strikeouts, most ever in a month for Andrelton Simmons. That's kind of the interesting thing about him offensively. If there is anything that interesting, is that he almost always puts the ball in play. He very rarely strikes out. So, weird stuff can happen when you put the ball in play. So he kind of can run hot and cold offensively with that being the case. You're putting the ball in play a lot. Sometimes you have a good bad month. Sometimes you don't. If he's not adding anything else and striking out more all of a sudden, you're really not getting anything from the plate from him. And it's been in high leverage situations. It's been all over. And, as good as anybody is defensively, you can only make up for so much if you're not contributing at the plate. So he's just been very frustrating to watch. Just kind of don't really have any interest in watching him hit when he's up. Like, just being honest, I don't. When he's at the plate, I'm just like, want nothing to do with this right now. So that was it. Those were my ups and downs. But left plenty of other guys to talk about or things to add on the guys we did. So if you have ups and downs from May yourself, even on the team as a whole, go ahead and share those in the comments. Certainly, I'll be looking for them. Talk amongst your other Twins fans down there. Thank you so much for checking this out. This has been Tom again for more Twins talk here on YouTube. Please consider subscribing. If you enjoyed this video, leave me a like. Thank you.